Now, the Youth Advocate Programme, or YAP, supports young people from disadvantaged areas by matching them with advocates from their local community who help to empower the young person by using a plan tailored to their needs.
This morning we're joined by the CEO of YAP Ireland, Siobhan O'Dwyer, and 18-year-old Wesley Carroll, who has graduated from the programme and benefited from it in many ways, some of which we're about to find out. Good morning to you both. Siobhan, I'll start with you. Tell us, YAP, what is it?
We're an intensive support programme for young people and families aged usually from 10 to 18 who are experiencing difficulties in their lives. So last year we worked with 475 young people across the areas where we're currently in Ireland, and we supported them to achieve really their goals. So we're a strengths-based service, so we meet with young people and families and we assess with them what their needs are and what their strengths are.
Okay, when we hear disadvantaged areas or troubled backgrounds and all the rest of it, those are very sort of broad terms. Specifics. How are these kids who, if they don't get a break or if they don't get caught by the system now, could end up falling through the cracks?
Yeah, to a large extent. I mean, all of our young people are referred from the HSE at the moment, so they're young people who are seen as being at risk to some extent.
So they have come into contact with the care system in one way or another?
Yeah, into the HSE, yes. So some will be actually in the care system and others will be still at home, and the main focus of our work is to try and maintain young people at home safely. So there'll be young people with a range of difficulties. They may have had problems in school, maybe out of school for periods of time. They may have mental health issues where they're either receiving services or are not, which is often the case, and need support to access the right services. They're young people perhaps who've had family difficulties around drug and alcohol, or may have drug and alcohol issues themselves. They're often young people who are seen, whose behaviour is seen as problematic in the community. But obviously when you look behind what that behaviour is about in the way that we do from a strengths-based perspective, you often find out what the reasons for that are.
This is a huge range of clients, types and problems or issues that you have to deal with. So the sort of skill set that somebody like you or your people in that organisation, I mean, these are you obviously very experienced people. This is not something that some junior social worker starts on.
Well, to a large extent...
I don't mean that disparagingly, by the way.
No, but to a large extent our role is very much to support the work of professional social workers and others. So we are a community-based organisation, believe it or not. We are very skilled, but not necessarily having professional qualifications.
Well, I was looking at your CV and you've been at this for a very long time.
I have been at this for a very long time, and so have a lot of my staff. But a lot of the people that we employ are community-based advocates, and in a way that's the beauty of the YAP programme that makes it unique from other programmes, because we employ local people from the community and we train them in the YAP model and in obviously child protection, and then they actually work on a one-to-one basis very intensively with the young person and family. So it's a very professional, skilled service, but it has a much less threatening aspect to it because it's actually ordinary people from
the
communities.
Clients, they have a sense of these people I'm dealing with are us rather than them.
Absolutely, and we're on your side. I think that makes a big difference to a lot of young people and families who often feel overworked, as we sometimes say. There's been a lot of professional intervention.
Well, Wesley's case is a very good one in point, actually, if we can bring him in.
Exactly. Sure. Wesley, you had an advocate and actually you're working together for about 14 months. You were paired up with this lady who's in her 30s, is that right? How did that come about?
Well...
You're just introduced to her, were you, through the YAP programme?
Kind of just happened because, like, I was kind of very housebound, and I had to get something to kind of get me out of the house to actually do something. And
did you find that it was a real sense of you had a confidant, someone to rely on, someone to chat to? Because a lot of the time you did very normal things, just hanging out, going to the movies, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was great. Like, she, like, totally could trust her. You could tell her anything at all.
Now, you've had a difficult background in terms that you have moved from 13 families, you've been in and out of foster care since you were 4 years old. You're one of the success stories because you've just completed your leaving certificate, I believe, so congratulations. I know the waiting game is a bit tough over the next couple of months. You found it very beneficial, though, to be involved in this, in the YAP programme, did you?
Oh, yeah. God, yeah, because, like, thanks to that, I got involved in a whole manner of different, like, things, like drama clubs, for instance. Like,
was your advocate interested in drama, and so she got you interested that way, was it?
No, she was friends with the girl who runs it.
Okay. And so you got interested in that way, and hopefully you'll be doing a performing arts degree.
I hope.
Come September. Siobhan, how do you match up the advocates and the young people?
Well, we have our staff are very skilled in relation to looking at what the needs are of the young person. They meet with the young person, they go through what we call a needs assessment from a strengths point of view. So even though often there's a litany of difficulties that have been described to us, we're really going in very much to say, well, what are you doing well? What strengths do you have? What interests do you have? And then we have a range of advocates that we've recruited locally who work for us on a fixed term basis. And so the staff would actually look at the range of advocates and the needs of the young person and match. And the vast majority of our matches are very successful.
Sort of like a Big Brother programme that you'd hear a lot about in the
It is
States.
to a large extent, yeah. Though our advocates obviously are paid and trained by us to deliver
Actually,
the
can I
service.
ask Wesley again? Wesley, had anybody, prior to this advocate that you met, had anybody scratched the surface of your interest in drama or performing? Or was it, like, when did you actually discover, oh, this might be the thing for me?
It was kind of spur of the moment. Like, it just kind of came about quite randomly. Like, I got a call from the Jap advocate, and she was telling me that her friend was in need of a person who could do a part in a song, who could rap. And I just thought, well, I can do that. And I just showed up and just started from there.
And, I mean, when you walked in, did you kind of feel at home? Did you know almost immediately, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, definitely, actually.
And how, I mean, I'm assuming that you've had a lot of time to think about your life, and obviously given what's gone on, you've probably done a lot, you've probably delved a lot deeper into what the future might hold for you than a lot of guys your age. Had you wondered or worried about what your future might be?
Yeah, because with all the different, like, houses I was in, it was kind of hard to actually pick something.
And maintain a focus as well, which you've managed to do by completing the Leaving Cert exams.
How many points do you need for the Performing Arts course?
About 230.
Okay, and you will get that, hopefully. I will be positive about it. But all the supports are in place for you, so once you get your points, you're going to university, you're going to college, and that's that.
Yeah.
Well, listen to me.
Success story, Siobhan.
Just about says it all, Siobhan, really.
Yes,
doesn't it?
yeah.
I don't imagine people can just get on this course. They've got to be recommended, and they've got to be, I presume there's a lot of assessment and all the rest of it. But if anybody out there is looking at this thinking, this might be the way, we know somebody who could do with the benefit of your organisation, how do they get in contact?
The HSE at the moment are the only organisation that refer to us, but we are talking to other organisations such as Youth Justice and also Community and Adolescent Mental Health Services and education, because a huge amount of all of our young people should be in education and need to have an education.
So there's a Youth Advocate Programme website, I'm assuming.
Yes, absolutely. www.yapireland.ie.
Okay, listen, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you for what you've achieved so far, and indeed what you're going to achieve in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll
Thank
take a
you.
break.